You're very welcome back. Now, like many people, our next guest didn't notice her weight slowly creeping up over the years. That was until she saw an unflattering photo of herself at a friend's wedding, which shocked her into losing, wait for this, over 6 stone.
Yes, mum of 3, Penny Roche, joins us now to share her story and tell us how her weight loss has changed her life. And you're very welcome to the show, Penny.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations,
Just take us back to your life before you had that sort of, eureka moment. Were you somebody who always struggled with your weight, or did it creep up in you up to that point?
Yeah, I'd struggled on and off from kind of late teenage years, I suppose. Went away to college down to Limerick, so I was cooking for myself, and there was plenty of partying going on, as there normally is in college. And had done various diets on and off through college. Then I was working in Dublin, and again, looking after myself, cooking, and eating out a lot, takeaways a lot, just enjoying life.
Something you never really thought about in terms of eating healthily or living healthy. It was just basically an average, normal life that most people would have.
Yeah, I thought about it when it bothered me. And I'd do a cabbage soup diet or some crazy thing, whatever was on at the time.
The latest fad.
Yeah, and might have some success and feel a little bit better, and then it would just sneak back up again. And then before I got married, I lost weight, as we always do, most women do before they get married. Got married and then settled into contented married life and started to creep up again. I was working full time and, busy. And then it was really only when I had my girls, or started having my girls.
Seeing your lovely family here.
Yeah, that was my eldest communion. When I had the girls, I had gestational diabetes on all 3 of the pregnancies.
Okay.
And the doctors had said this is a precursor for type 2 diabetes in later life unless you, deal with your weight and eat healthier. That was always in the back of my mind, but kind of it wasn't enough. I know that's weird, but it wasn't enough to kind of make me do something about it. I knew I had to, and I would have to eventually, but then it was only when I saw the photo for the wedding that I kind of had that.
And what did you think it was about that photo that worked where warnings from doctors didn't?
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? We all know we shouldn't smoke and we shouldn't drink and we shouldn't do all these unhealthy things, but a lot of people still do it. In the back of your mind, you say, no, I'll definitely tackle this some point.
Yes.
When I'm ready. But we're still kind of vain creatures, aren't we? We like to look good. We like to feel good.
I love your honesty about that. It's probably the motivator for so many people is looking at a photograph of themselves, particularly post-baby, I would say. It's the biggest motivator to look, because it's like looking at a different person, isn't it?
Yes.
And did you find yourself looking at that picture going,
yes,
is that me?
Because when you're going to a wedding and all your friends and everything, and you put the effort into, dressing up and doing the makeup and getting the hair done, and you're feeling good, and then you look back and you see this photo and you said, that's not what was in my head. That's not how I looked in my head. That's not how I want to look. And that was kind of, right, I need to do something about this now.
So that was your turning point.
Yeah, and also having the 3 young girls, I knew was going to be a big impact on them.
So what did you do? How did life change from that point onwards?
Well, I'd heard about a local Memorial group in Bray. I'd heard plenty of success about it, and I said, right, I'll give it a go. So I went in. The scariest moment was probably walking in the door.
Of course.
But once I got to know the group, it was a fantastic group. We all know what we need to do to lose weight. We all know that we need to eat healthier and exercise a little bit more. But it's hard to do by yourself unless you've got that motivation and encouragement. And that's what I got, I suppose, from the group, was that check-in every week, encouragement, motivation. Even if I had a bad week, any given week, there'd be plenty of people there that say, but just remember how far you've come, how good you've done, don't let it slide,
so
keep
it's
going.
That support, and also
Absolutely.
The fact that you have an appointment somewhere that you need to keep,
keeping you honest.
And you don't want to let yourself down.
You're not just answering to yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, because you can fool yourself so many ways.
Yes.
If you want to, by convincing yourself you're staying on plan and you're being good, but you're not really.
So it's that emotional support that's as important as all the information and the recipes, etc.
Absolutely. In fact, I think it's the most important.
You did have to change your life and make a lot of actual changes in what you were eating, how often you were eating. Like, compare your diet before the weight loss and the diet after.
Yeah, I suppose before, I would have been working full time at the time. So again, that's a great excuse for running out the door and not having breakfast, and then maybe going to the canteen and picking up a breakfast roll or scone or, the high fat, high sugar content stuff. That would have been typical breakfasts. Lunches would have been sandwiches, crisps,
But
chips.
this will look very familiar to so many viewers, Penny, to be perfectly honest with you. Roller pastry on the go, lunch was sandwich, crisps, or maybe chips with it, dinner, quick meals, quick solutions, treats, biscuits, crisps, chocolate. And that's all very familiar to so many people.
And, you know, working full-time, been busy, you come home and say, oh, we'll just get a takeaway, we'll get pizza, whatever. It's so easy to do, it's so convenient.
And this is kind of part of your new lifestyle, I suppose.
Yeah, so I still eat all of the homemade favourites, you know, burgers, chips, curries, lasagnas, bologneses. Absolutely, and the kids, everyone eats the same in the family. It's not like I'm eating rabbit food and they're eating nice food. I eat fab food, but it's more fruit, yoghurt, protein for breakfast, eggs and bacon, that kind of thing. Salads, baked potatoes for lunches, and as I say, all the family favourites are easy to cook.
We're on a picture here which is a very important one, because this is you before you lost the 6 stone.
At the wedding,
Your daughter said something very important to you about putting her arms around you. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I suppose I was part of the way through the journey and had plateaued a little bit. I was about 5 stone. And she gave me a hug one day and put her arms around me, and she just got so excited and said, Mum, I can get my arms around you. And that was just wow.
The boost you needed.
Absolutely.
Is exercise a big part of it, Penny?
It's a part of it, yes. For me, the food, getting that sorted was the major part of it. I wouldn't be a gym bunny. I wouldn't, you know, I'm still a busy mum. But I get out and walk. It is important to get out and walk and get some exercise, as much for headspace as well as for exercise as well.
Just to have time on your own.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't have to get any expensive gear or anything like that. It's about getting out and getting walking. But
the big part of your story is it's amazing what you can do when you tackle the diet side of things.
Absolutely. I think it's a big part of it. And then I got the opportunity to become a Slimming World consultant myself, so now I run 2 groups in Greystones.
See, now they're really proud of you.
Yeah.
Now they're like pimping you out. She's our perfect case study now.
Well, I'm far from perfect. I'm far from perfect. But you know,
you've done it the right way, haven't you? And
yeah.
you've lost it at the right pace. Because as you say, all these fatty diets are great for an occasion in a couple of weeks' time. But there's no long-term solution there.
Nobody wants to eat cabbage soup for an ongoing basis.
There's no longevity.
And it's funny, even if you go on holidays or you're away, a weekend away, you enjoy it and you have treats that you probably wouldn't have before, but you still subconsciously make better choices when you're looking at the menu. You still make sure you have your salad on the side of the plate. You know, you get your plenty of fruit in for breakfast, get out for a walk. So those things stick with you the longer you're at it.
A word of advice for anybody who's thinking of tackling it like you were when you saw that picture back in 2014, but is daunted by the prospect?
I suppose you're not alone. There are so many people in the same boat out there, but rest assured there are loads of Slimming World consultants around the country that are just dying to get you into their group and welcome you. And it's really about that welcome that makes it different. It's about, they have all been on a journey, they have all been members before they became consultants, so they're there to help you to get to where you want to be.
And also, I think it's interesting, there's a huge range of candidates there, as in someone who might just need to lose half a stone versus someone who might need to shed 10 stone.
Absolutely.
You know, there's going to be all types of people and different body shapes,
I have people
isn't there?
come in and say, well, I've only got about half a stone to lose.
There you go.
But for them, that half a stone is important for them to make them feel good.
Yeah.
Just as important as the lady who comes in or the man who comes in who has 5 stone to lose.
Yeah.
You know, it's
this
about
T-shirt
that.
is very important to you as well, isn't it? A reminder, maybe.
It is a reminder, and I didn't keep very much. I cleared out my wardrobe as soon as I could because I wasn't going to go back there. But I'm also part of a singing group, Beating Time Singers. We're a barbershop chorus, and this would have been at the start of the journey. This would have been kind of one of the T-shirts, and believe me, this was not loose on me. This was snug on me, you know.
Right, okay.
So that's about one of the only things that I still have as a reminder that I ain't going back there. Definitely not.
Penny, fair play to you, and thanks for talking to us about your journey this morning. Great
well
stuff.
done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, you hear this? Yes, bad news, kids. School's almost back. We'll be here after the break with a guide to your back-to-school essentials. See you in a few minutes.